to my channel, and thank you guys so much for stopping by me today. We're just gonna jump right into this video, okay? And I'm starting off with my Fenty primer that I've been using every time I do my makeup ever since I bought it, ever since I did that review. If you haven't seen that review, make sure you check it out. That video is doing so good. I did a full face of Fenty. You guys really liked it, and I really appreciate each and every one of you, okay? Now I'm taking shade 440 and I'm applying this all over my face. This is my first time using this foundation by itself. Since I did that review, I would normally mix it because I like it a little bit darker, but today I decided that okay, I'm gonna wear it by itself again. I really love the finish of this foundation a lot. This foundation gives flawless finish. Whether you're oily or dry, you just need to prep your skin properly under it, and it looks so flawless. However, I think the shades still need a little bit of work. That's just my personal opinion, but then again, I kind of customize all my foundations. I really very rarely wear one foundation straight from the bottle. So yeah, and then I'm going to take my Cover FX, the new Cover FX concealer in the shade N Deep 3, and I'm going to apply this in all the areas where I want to conceal slash highlight. And I'm also going to use this as an eyeshadow base, so I'm going to apply this over my eyelid. Now, I'm going to go back with a little bit more right up in that corner right there under my eye, because that's the area where my face is the darkest. But the reason why I did my skin first, I decided that I was like, okay, I'm not going to do too much on my eyes, so let me just knock the skin out and just keep it something. I wanted to do like just an orange wash of color on my eyes, but y'all about to see what about to go down, okay? Then I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder in the shade Medium Deep. I'm using this to set all the areas where we concealed. And then I dust all the excess powder off my face, and then I'm going into the Fenty Beauty loose powder, Pro Filter loose powder in the shade Coffee. And I'm going to use this to lightly set my face. Right there I was thinking that I wanted to cream contour with the Fenty concealer, but I forgot and I started to apply the powder, so I was just like, okay, forget it. Let's just go for a very soft, easy look today, but that's not what happened, y'all. Then I picked up the Black Radiance contour palette in the dark to deep shade, and that weird thing was happening where it was like separating. I don't know what was going on with it, but the more I blend, it kind of blends out, but that was kind of scary at first. It was a little challenge to blend out, but I'm not gonna knock it on the first try. It could be the foundation, it could be the setting powder that I use. Well, more of the setting powder, not the foundation. It could be the setting powder that I use to set it, that it's not blending well over. I don't know what it is. And also this color is very gray. Well, not very gray. It has a very cool grayish undertone, which is what you use to contour. But I'm also glad that it came with a sculpting powder, which is more like a bronzing powder, more bronzy shade. So this sculpting powder is more warm. So I just applied that over the contour shade just to warm it up, because I do like my contour to be a little bit neutral. Let's say neutral. I don't like it too red, which is too warm, or I don't like it too grayish cold, okay? So yeah, after doing that, it took me some time to blend it out, so then I went too wide and stuff, so I went back with the side of the sponge I used on the foundation just to like clean up the contour, and then I also press out the line so that it's not a harsh line of contour. And then whatever is left on the brush, I took it along the sides of my nose. I didn't go for a heavy contour on my nose because I didn't want this to look, the powder to look patchy right in the center of my face. And then also for my neck, I just used whatever was left on the brush, and I was checking it out. It turned out looking not bad, but it took some work to get here. As I said, I'm not gonna knock it, I'm gonna try it again. Now I'm going into my favorites, of course, which is the MAC in Extreme Dimension blushes in the shade Hard to Get and Telling Glow. I apply Hard to Get from the apples of my cheek back into the contour, and then I use Telling Glow just on the high points of my cheeks. And then I realized that, oh, I forget that the palette actually comes with a highlight, so I spritz my face with Fix Plus and then add another layer of like glow. And I used the I was kind of filling it after all. I used the highlight that came in the palette, and it's more of like a coppery undertone highlight. which I did like, and for the eye look that I'm going for, it worked out very well. So I used that on the highest points of my cheek, and then whatever is left on the brush I run along my nose, the bridge of my nose, and then I highlighted my cupid's bow. I'm just gonna take my fingers to run over the highlight so it blends in really nicely. And now I'm going into the new MAC Art Library palette. In the one I have is Flamboyant, and I'm going in with the first shade Rule, which is like a very warm crease color for me. And then I'm just gonna build this up as much as I want. And then I'm also gonna go into the color called Louvre at First Sight. Oh, Love at First Sight, but no, that's not it. It's Louvre. I don't know how to pronounce this. Okay, I'll leave it in the description below. But I'm taking that color, which is also a warm tone, but this is deeper than the Rule. And then I'm going in the crease a little bit lower than the Rule. And then I'm taking a color called Everyone's Darling, and I'm using that also to go over the area. I'm just layering the colors, y'all, just to give me like a nice gradient. And I'm just going to take this in the crease. Each color is going a little bit lower than the other, and I'm showing you guys I'm using two different 224s. Now I'm using the second one, which is really clean, just to blend out the edges. I use one to apply all the shades that I layered at first, and then I'm going to take the Sephora Glitter Guard primer and use that to cut my crease. This is a very sticky primer, and it works well for cutting my crease and then for applying like the shimmers on top, because it really makes them show up. It really made them show up very pigmented, okay? And this palette is really pigmented, so it works really good, okay? I'm doing like a half cut crease, well, like a 3/4, and I'm dragging the end out a little bit more, and then I'm just applying the base all over the area where I want to apply the shimmers, okay? Then first I'm going in with Amber Lights, which is a rich gold. I know you guys own Amber Lights, right? Everybody and their mama own Amber Lights. It's a real pretty true gold color, and I'm going to apply that as the first color, starting in the inner corner and bringing it right up in the line that we created, the cut, the crease, the cut right there. And then I'm going to switch the brush, and I'm going to take the shade Flamboyant, which is like a really pretty shimmering orangey red copper. Yeah, you get it. All right. And then I'm going to apply this like where I stop with the gold. I'm going to start right there, and then just bring it over my eyeball area. Well, not totally over it, but over the center of my lid, right? And then I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for the gold and just fade it into that orangey shade right there. And then I'm going to drag a little bit, well, press a little bit more of the orangey shade. Basically, I'm just doing like the blending process just to get these colors to like flow seamlessly. And if you guys see, I applied it kind of slanted. Like, I'm sure you guys could see better than I'm really explaining right now. But yeah. Then I'm going to take the last shade, which is more like a very neutral, like almost like my skin tone with shimmer, bronzy shade. It's called La Vida Mocha, and I'm going to apply that at the end. And then I'm going to go back with the brush that I used for the Flamboyant shade and just press it over the edges of the La Vida La Mocha, so that everything just flows seamlessly and it's not any like arch separation. And then I'm going to create a wing using MAC brush stroke liner in brush black. And then I'm also going to take some mascara onto my lashes, and this is a MAC and Extreme Dimension mascara. That's what I always use. Really love that mascara. And then I'm going to take my Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner, and I'm going to use this to line my waterline, but not all the way in the corner. And then I'm going to go over the line on top just to make it a little bit more matte, because the finish of the brush stroke liner is a little bit more shiny. And then I'm going to put on some lashes, some nice wispy, sexy, flirty lashes, because this girl is on fire with this eye look. I needed these lashes. Now moving on to the brows, and I'm still in the phase of not wanting sculpted brows, so I'm just going to take my MAC Velux brow pencil in the shade Taupe, and I'm going to use this just to fill in and shape my brows a little bit more, and mainly filling in the end where like my brows are slowly disappearing, sadly. And then I'm also going to just use it to like shade and fade in fade it in a little bit more. Not fade. I'm going to use it to shade in my brows a little bit more. And then I'm going to take the spoolie and just brush it out. Then I'm going to use my ColourPop gel, brow gel in the shade Soft Black. I'm just going to use this to define my brow hair so I get like really nice, natural looking hairy brows, like bushy type brows. I love that. I'm totally here for bushy brows as of now. Then I went into the shade Embark and I used that to like smoke out the black line that I put on the bottom. And then I take the shade Love at First Sight, and I use that to kind of smoke out the brown. And then I'm just taking the brush, just a brush to finish clean up that contour, because yeah, I said it took me a little bit to blend, so it did go a little bit too wide, so I was just constantly cleaning it up. And then I'm taking the shade what's the pointillism to highlight my inner corner of my eye. And then I did this lip first, which is Coffee Eyeliner from MAC. I use that to line my lips. And then I take Bronx lipstick, also from MAC, and apply that in the center. I love this lip combo, but yeah, with the eyes, I wasn't feeling it with the eyes, really. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. So after I like fixed my hair and stuff, I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. So I took it off and I went in with matte chestnut, of course, and I used that to line my lips. And then I use Spice, a lip glass, also from MAC, lip glass. And this is the old packaging. You could tell I had this one for a minute because they done changed the packaging. So this is the old packaging, but it's the same color. This is Spice with a C, and I'm using that in the center, and I loved it a lot more than the previous lip. And this is the finished look. Hair flip one time. She was feeling herself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. And as for this hair, let me know if you want to see. I'm not sure if I have all the footage, but let me know down below. And until next one, bye guys.